So I watched some of Martin Scorsese's favorite films. He listed around 30 something films, but because I have the attention span of a goldfish, I just picked five at random. So I'm going to be talking about these five films. And I'll link the original article in the description so you can check out all the other films he listed. The films I picked are Tuki Buki, the 1973 film directed by Djibril Mbette, The Chess Players, the 1977 film directed by Satyajit Ray, The Red Shoes, the 1948 film directed by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, The Changeling, the 1980 film directed by Peter Medak, and Dead of Night, the 1945 film directed by Alberto Cavalcanti, Basil Dearden, Robert Hammer, and Charles Crichton. Tukibuki, the 1973 film by Djibril Diop Mambete, was visually stunning. It's a film about two lovers who want a better life, and we see them go on a Bonnie and Clyde-esque journey. It's also about the effects of the French post-colonial presence in Africa, in particular Senegal. France is almost like a character within this film, from like the music and how that's used. I really liked the symbolism in it. One scene I personally loved was when our main character was getting beaten up, and we have this really cool juxtaposition between him and a ram being slaughtered. Speaking of slaughtering, if you're very sensitive to gore and animals being harmed, there's a scene in here where an animal is slaughtered. So, just a heads up, if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, you might want to skip that part. But all in all, I really enjoyed this film, and it's definitely worth checking out. The Chess Players, the 1977 film by Satyajit Ray, was amazing. The story takes place in Lucknow, India in 1856. It's a film about colonialism and British imperialism as much as it's about two chess enthusiasts. The film uses a beautiful chess motif which really ties everything together. The film shifts from the serious implication of British imperialism in Lucknow to two men playing chess. During most of the film, we focus on these two men playing chess. We see them obsessing over the game and just not having a care in the world while all these like pressing issues are occurring. It reminded me of the TV show Mad Men and how it portrayed that during these monumental historical events, regular life is still just mundane. It's still just regular people going about their business, and that was just so interesting. I love the use of the chess metaphor throughout the film. The humor was so witty and like sharp. Let's talk about the ending scene though. Oh my god. That last line. Wow. Yeah. It's so good. Definitely recommend checking this out. The Red Shoes, the 1948 film by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, was such a beautiful film. Like aesthetic wise, it was so gorgeous. The cinematography and everything was just so good. The dance scenes were like majestic and surreal and like trance like in a way. Themes of this movie are still very relevant. We see a lot of modern films putting forward similar questions. The idea of does mastery equals obsession or total immersion in your respective field? Or can a person be balanced and be the greatest? Those are interesting questions. A scene that I think was masterfully done was the decision scene. Oh my god, it was so good. Like the way that was like framed and like filmed and everything. Wow. Yeah, definitely recommend watching this. It's pretty engaging and beautiful. Yeah. The Changeling, the 1980 film by Peter Medak, was interesting. I've never really seen grief done in that way in a horror film before. Normally, it's your own ghost that haunts you, but in this case, it was someone else's trauma, which I feel like is a cool metaphor in there somewhere. But yeah, I really love the use of sound and like music in this film. It just works so well given the character's occupation as a composer. I feel like that was like really just crafted in really well. The scares were very simple but like so effective. This movie is kind of like a horror murder mystery, which is cool. I liked it. Let's talk about the ball scene. Like, that damn scene was what the what? Yeah, chills. It was so good. Like wow. But yeah, definitely would recommend watching this film. It's very interesting. I don't know if it's like scary. I wouldn't classify it as scary. It has some scary scenes in it, but like, scary is relative. I don't really wouldn't call this like the scenes were like how would I describe it? It was uh I don't know, but it wasn't really scary. But yeah, I don't know. I should stop talking now. But yeah, Dead of Night, the 1945 film by Alberto Cavalcanti, Basil Dearden, Robert Hammer, and Charles Crichton, reminded me so much of Twilight Zone. Then I remembered the dates and realized this actually came out before Twilight Zone. So I did some Googling and found out that some Twilight Zone episodes were directly inspired by some of these anthologies. So that's cool. I generally enjoy this each story. They were really interesting. My favorite was definitely the mirror one. That was really good. I really enjoyed the surrealist elements in this film. I also really love the ending. Yeah, I definitely would recommend this film. It's a good watch. It's fun and interesting. If you've made it this far, comment down below which director you'd like to see me do one of these for next. Also, leave a like and subscribe. Can't wait for this to be